Choke, 2001, a contemporary novel by Chuck Palahniuk, follows the bizarre journey of Victor Mancini, a nymphomaniac who resorts to pretending to choke in restaurants to finance his mother's hospital expenses. Amidst frequent visits to his hospitalized mother, Victor reflects on his childhood memories and the life events that led to his unhealthy fixation on sex. The novel garnered acclaim for its larger-than-life narrative, which delves into the issues and ironies of neoliberalism and societal alienation. The story begins with Victor attending his first meeting at a sex addiction clinic held in a local church. Even before the session starts, he engages in a sexual encounter with another attendee, Nico, in a nearby restroom. The following day, Victor visits his mother, who suffers from Alzheimer's disease and resides at St. Anthony's Hospital. Mistaking Victor for Fred, a lawyer from her past, his mother's delusions add to the complexity of their relationship. After receiving a bleak prognosis from Dr. Marshall, Victor returns to his job at a tourist attraction, where he works alongside Denny. Victor devises a scheme during a meal with Denny, feigning a choking incident and banking on the belief that his rescuer will feel destined to assist him further. The plan proves successful, and Victor repeats the act multiple times, accumulating a network of benefactors. He utilizes the funds acquired through these deceptions to support his mother's Alzheimer's treatment. However, during one visit to his mother, she insists on having an important announcement but quickly forgets the details. Desperate to unravel her thoughts, Victor enlists Denny to visit his mother, posing as Victor himself, hoping that she may recognize her son in Denny rather than perceiving him as the lawyer. While the plan initially appears promising, Victor's mother insists that she will only disclose the information once the real Victor leaves the room. Simultaneously, Dr. Marshall informs Victor about the possibility of a cure for his mother's condition, introducing a glimmer of hope into their tumultuous lives. He beseeches her for an explanation, and in a sudden twist, she undresses, proclaiming that if Victor impregnates her, she can insert the fetus into his mother's brain to reverse her degenerative condition. Bewildered, Victor is taken aback by this outlandish proposition. Later, Denny returns from Victor's mother's room and discloses that her secret is supposedly written in her diary, penned entirely in Italian. With the assistance of Dr. Marshall's translation, they discover that the diary is filled with delusions. It claims that Victor is the son of God, conceived after his mother stole a holy foreskin from beneath a priest's bed. Seeking solace and understanding, Victor visits Denny's house, only to find that his friend, now unemployed, has constructed a meaningless wall out of his collection of rocks. In a surprising turn of events, Dr. Marshall contacts Victor and reveals that she now believes the contents of his mother's diary to be true. Overwhelmed by the biblical revelation, Victor grapples with the weight of being designated as Jesus and contemplates the challenges that accompany such a divine role. As he confides in Denny, expressing his doubts and fears, a phone call interrupts their conversation, informing Victor that his mother is on the verge of death. Rushing to his mother's side, Victor finally experiences a moment of recognition as she acknowledges him as her son. Seeking to console her, he divulges that he knows the secret and is prepared to embrace the mantle of being Jesus. However, amidst their conversation, she astounds him by revealing that the true secret is that she is not his biological mother. Instead, she confesses to having abducted him while his real mother was momentarily distracted, all for the purpose of securing American residency. Disoriented and disillusioned, Victor attempts to convince her that she is delusional, but before she can respond, she chokes on a mouthful of pudding. In a frantic bid to revive her, Dr. Marshall rushes into the room, but despite her efforts, Victor's mother succumbs to her fate. In a startling revelation, it is unveiled that Dr. Marshall herself is a psychiatric patient at the hospital, permitted to wear doctor's attire as a calming measure. She discloses her deep affection for Victor, which grew as she became acquainted with his life story. With this revelation, she chooses to discharge herself from voluntary commitment, leaving Victor to grapple with the bewildering chain of events that have unfolded. In the novel's final moments, Victor returns to Denny's house and observes his friend continuing to construct the enigmatic wall. A large crowd has gathered, divided in their interpretations of Denny's dedication to this peculiar endeavor. With a deep breath, Victor closes his eyes just as the wall collapses, prompting the crowd to disperse, their interest waning. Undeterred, Denny recommences building the wall, joined by Victor and his girlfriend, Beth. Choke explores the collision of religious fervor and rationality, It exposes the absurdity that arises from this convergence. The novel offers a glimpse into the strange phenomena and constructed abstractions that pervade our disconnected modern world. Yet, in its closing scene, there is a glimmer of hope, suggesting that warmth and genuine connections are still attainable, even in a world where human relationships often feel fleeting and peculiar. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.